And Meghan, are they now the very best of friends once again? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you as ever for joining me, and thank you also for the uptake on the big story that we did yesterday, all about the planned disruption by the climate group Extinction Rebellion. As you totally agree with me, it does seem a rather ludicrous idea to basically cripple cities when we're all trying to get back and make some money after the terrible pandemic we've been through over the last 18 months, and many countries around the world are still suffering. No surprise, of course, to get such a volume feedback from you. And I do read them, one and all. Thank you so much. Good and bad, not everybody agreed. That's the whole point of the channel. But back as ever to your royal story of the day. Now there's a story breaking out in the US which is making me giggle already, simply because it claims that Kate and Meghan are now, well, the best of buddies again. In fact, they've been sending each other notes, little gifts, that sort of stuff. It's a really noble story, and of course, if you wanted to, well, think down that path, it would be very nice. The background to this is simply really this though. Kate is a very forgiving, kind and caring person. Trust me, I've met the lady, she's very, very sweet. Doesn't see the bad in anyone. But the problem is, it's not Kate, of course. After the last 6 months of what Meghan and Harry have put the British monarchy through, you can only, of course, imagine how difficult this has been for Catherine, trying to, well, make William at least see some kind of sense about getting back together with his brother, as of course they were once so very close. But the story sort of emphasises the fact that it's the women that are now putting the patches together, you know, getting the boys to talk. A really nice story. It appears in US Weekly magazine. It's a very respected gossip magazine, emphasis on the gossip. Let me tell you here and now, that story is total fabrication. There are no sources attached, and speaking to my good sources here over in London, and particularly at Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, they kind of smiled and don't know where that story comes from. Moving forward as ever with this particular story, Catherine would very much like William and Harry to get back on speaking terms, naturally so, but that seems some way off. As for Meghan and Catherine suddenly becoming best buddies, that seems way off even further, if you get my drift. Neil Sean in the heart of London.